DN Media and Narrative Land Publishing present Totem of Aries, Circle of Fate series, written by D.N. Leo, narrated by Erin Bateman and Catherine Edwards.
DN Media and Stained Glass Media present Marked, Prophecy of Aries, Book 1, written by D.N. Leo, narrated by Catherine Edwards. Chapter 1. What's Past is Prologue. The Tempest, William Shakespeare. Ciaran tapped his fingers on the steering wheel of the Bentley. The car wasn't his taste, but he had to use what he had at hand. He hadn't given his staff enough notice to prepare anything for him. He changed his schedule at the last minute and had grabbed the car of the manager on site. The arranged transport was waiting for him at Heathrow Airport, and he knew his chief of security wouldn't be happy that he, again, hadn't arrived on schedule. He wanted to be left alone, especially today. His phone buzzed. His was a private number he gave only to family members. He sighed and answered by voice recognition command. "I thought you were enjoying your time with monkeys on the safari, Tig." On the other end of the line, his little brother chuckled. "These aren't monkeys, Ciaran. They're chimps. Totally different caliber of animals. And for your information, I am not on a safari." "Should I worry that you're in a real African jungle?" "If you're worried about the animals, don't be. I'm a vegetarian for the week because I'm praying for your safety." "Now I'm worried for whatever god you're praying to, because if all his followers turn their devotion on and off on a need-to-pray basis, religion will be in chaos. But you're obviously not calling me to talk about monkeys. What do you want, Tig?" "Robert called. You're not in London. You stood your team up at the airport." "You're right. I'm not in London, and Robert is my chief of security. He's not supposed to report to you. Besides, you never get involved in the family business. I'm the one running the show. I really don't see the point of this conversation." "I'm calling to make sure you're not going to Oxford University. The Bodleian Library, to be precise." "No, I'm not going to the Bodleian Library, and I'm not required to tell you where I'm headed. When you take the family business seriously enough to be here, then we'll talk, and then you'll get to see where I'm going." He hung up the phone and switched it off. He didn't want to be disturbed today. A short moment later, he drove into the entrance of an exclusive parking garage, one that accepted only privileged members. There was no public access, so he didn't have to worry about prying eyes watching his every move. The concierge at the door greeted him. "Mr. LeBlanc." Ciaran knew the man had already scanned his license plate and knew it was a LeBlanc car. Therefore, he made the assumption that the driver would have to be a LeBlanc, but there was no way for him to know which one. Feeling no need to divulge his identity, Ciaran nodded in acknowledgement and smiled. He stepped out of the car. The concierge handed Ciaran a small silver token. "You're slot 33 today, sir." Then the concierge drove the car off to park it. Ciaran walked along the cobblestone road. Oxford was still sleepy at this hour. Soon his street would be filled with people, business people in town and students traveling to and from the university. But for now he enjoyed hearing the echo of his footsteps on the cold stones. He wasn't moody, but he wasn't cheerful either. Tig might be right. He shouldn't be here today. From the dark outside corner of a closed shop, a black dog darted out onto the road and fled in the opposite direction. An old man muttered profanity as he limped across the road in the tracks of the dog.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?